Alright, welcome back to your Geometry Semester 1 practice exam. We're on to problem number 29 at this point. I think it should be our last video. Problem number 29 says the midpoint of GH. I've got GH here. The midpoint of GH is M. And that's coordinates -1, -2. One endpoint is G. And that is 8, 6, and we're supposed to find the coordinates of endpoint H. Now, if you go back to section 1.3 and you look at your notes from 1.3, and you should still have those notes, you'll find there's kind of a complicated formula for doing this, but when we're dealing with small whole numbers, there's an easier way. Let's take a look. We're going to graph them. So here, I'm going to make my coordinate grid here. I'm going to plot the point G, which is 8, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's G. We'll plot M, the midpoint, -1, -2. So that's back 1, down 2. -1, -2. And G was 8, 6. Notice that it's over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, over 9 spaces, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces, over 9, up 8. So to get from G to H, or G to M to H down here, it's going to be the same down 8 over 9 pattern. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. H is going to end up being over here. Let's write down its coordinates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. -10. And just to check, we're going to use our midpoint formula, which is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2, y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2, and see if we did it correctly. So let's see. Our x sub 1 will be -9. So we have -9 plus our x sub 2, which is 8. So we've got 8, right? Pause. I already see I made a mistake here. What mistake did I make? Over 9. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I counted wrong. That's -10. So, -10 plus 8 over 2. Our y coordinates are -10. Plus 6 over 2. So -10 plus 8 is -2 over 2. -10 plus 6 is -4 over 2. -2 over 2 is just -1. -4 over 2 is -2. -1, -2 is indeed the midpoint. So the coordinates for H are -10, -10. And notice I double checked to make sure by actually calculating the midpoint, and I caught a mistake that way. So make sure that you actually check your work as you go along. So many people think, oh, it's doing too much. I don't want to check. Well, doing a little double check helps you not make mistakes. Again, there is a pretty long, complicated procedure that you can use, and you'll find that in section 1.3. But I think this graphing method is a lot easier, especially when you're dealing with small whole numbers. If you're dealing with fractions or big numbers, it'll be just a mess. You can't graph it, but this will work. And the key to it, again, is whatever the pattern is, down 8 over 9 or whatever it is, from the one endpoint to the midpoint, just repeat that pattern to get to the other endpoint. Okay. So that's number 29. Let's take a look at 30, and then we got 31, and we're done. Okay. Use the diagram to answer the following questions. What's another name for GT? Notice GT is a segment. GT, well, you can rename segments the other way around. So I could call this segment TG. It's pretty simple. If it were a ray, we couldn't do that because you can't just reverse the letters on rays. Rays always have to start with the endpoint. If it were a line, you could reverse it. This would be like a line, the double-headed arrow. You could reverse it because it doesn't matter how you order them, order the points when you're naming a line. If you want to refresh yourself on that, 1.1 is where you want to go for that. Naming lines, rays, and segments. You want to remember the notation for each. So make a note of that or where you can get that info because it will be an open note exam. All right, in the diagram, ray RT bisects SRQ, and the measure of SRQ is 78 degrees. Find SRT. So we've got these two angles right here. Bisects an angle means that the ray cuts the angle in half. So these two angles put together, and they're both the same, make 78. So each of them is half of 78. And 78 divided by 2 is 35 plus another 4 is 39 degrees. SRT is 39 degrees. And again, you're going to be looking at a multiple choice problem, so you're looking for the 39 here. And that's the end of it. You're all done. You can take your copy of this practice exam. You can bring it in with you to the real exam. You're going to see that all the problems are the same, except for they change the numbers around a little bit. So it should be fairly straightforward, and I wish you the best of luck. All right, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. All right, bye-bye.